accomplishments. Now, I would like to invite Chair Judith Gentner to introduce our keynote speaker.
Our speaker this evening is Major General Milford Beagle, Jr., Commanding General of the 10th Mountain Division, Light Infantry, and Fort Drum. General Beagle was commissioned as an infantry officer upon graduation from South Carolina State University in 1990 as a distinguished military graduate. He holds master's degrees from Kansas State University and the United States Army School of Advanced Military Studies at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. General Beagle's complete biography is included in your printed program and is quite impressive. His military career is admittedly intimidating. There is no question serving as the senior commander of Fort Drum and the leader of the Army's Light Infantry, this is an elite position. However, it is, in fact, in stark contrast to the man who holds the position. General Beagle's leadership style is absolutely defined by his humility, his inclusivity, and his focus on people. It may seem surprising, but I am told that he is completely open and accessible via social media, and that he recently posted his Army Combat Fitness test score with a challenge to his troops to top him. And he did so in a manner that left no doubt that he was cheering everyone on to do just that. Make no mistake, though, he didn't make it easy on anyone. His scores were impressive and hard fought for. He was out in the rain, in the snow, and in the sunshine every morning working on his own physical fitness, despite his elite position as a commander. He does not expect anything of his soldiers that he would not expect of himself. General Beagle's leadership motivates with a single imperative. There is always room at the top for those willing to put in the work. It's a message that resonates beyond the gates of Fort Drum and is making us a stronger and more collaborative community. We are so pleased he is able to be with us here this evening, and it is my pleasure to welcome Major General Milford Beagle, Jr.
Well, good evening to everyone. This is a graduation, right? And it's great to be in the North Country and in Watertown. So good evening. Awesome. I know justice is a hard act to follow, but I'm going to give it my best shot today. And I will tell all of you that it's truly an honor and a privilege to be here with you all this evening to speak at your commencement. Now, don't worry. Whenever I'm invited to speak, I'm always told, sir, you can speak as long as you want to speak. Now, I know that made a lot of you nervous. But as we were walking in, like somebody always does, they pull on my coattail and they say, sir, you have 10 minutes to speak as long as you like to. What I can tell you is that I've sat through many commencements, many military graduations of this type that I've gone through myself and other events. What I can't tell you is who spoke or what they said. Now, like most of you, my thoughts centered around, hey, don't trip when you come up on the stage, right? The other thought was, hey, what am I going to have for dinner after this? And for some reason, when you're listening to somebody give a speech, our minds typically tend to go to food. But by contrast, my lovely bride who's here in the audience, when I ask her, who was your commencement speaker at your graduation? And she very, very vividly and fondly remembers it was First Lady Laura Bush, Barbara Bush. And so when I ask her, what did she talk about? She tells me the same three things every time. I don't remember. Now, I'd like to pause. I know protocol has already been established, but I would be remiss if I did not thank Dr. Stone for this invite and thank all the faculty here at Jefferson Community College for what you do. Our son, our youngest son, is a product of Jefferson Community College when we were stationed at Fort Drum the last time. And to all of our special guests here, to my lovely bride, to Miss Barb Weber, thank you all for being here. And to the veterans, whether you wore the cloth of our nation, and this is what we call it, not a uniform, this is the cloth of our nation, whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, or Coast Guard, I would ask you please stand. Now, just as important, I want to thank all the families and friends that came here to witness your graduate walk across this stage this evening. I want to thank you all for sacrificing your time and truly demonstrating that this evening, this event was important to you. And when somebody asks you, how do you know something's important versus urgent? You can answer it in 3 ways. It's important that someone that is important to you. Your personal presence makes a difference, and it's only going to happen once. And I know some of the parents go, my goodness, I hope you don't graduate from somewhere else again that I have to pay for. But it meets all 3 requirements here this evening. The people that are graduating, they're important to you. Your personal presence to them makes a difference. And for this day, this is only going to happen once. So back to my original point. I'm under no illusion of my role or my purpose this evening. My role is very clear. To practice the 3 B's of public speaking. Be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. Now, what I will promise you is 2 out of 3. I will be brief and I will be gone. Now, I don't have the star power of a Denzel Washington or a Barbara Bush, so my feelings won't be hurt if none of you guys remember me. That's all okay. But my purpose for right now is to convince you of 3 things. That's all I have to do this evening. You don't have to remember them. You don't even have to recall them. But before you walk across this stage and out of those doors, I have to convince you of 3 things. The 3 things that I'm about to tell you are true. So if you're ready, you can start your clock now. That's how I get extra 10 minutes. You can start your watches. But thing 1, you will struggle to define success. If you don't have an idea right now, it will take you a long time to figure it out. Your degree is not success. It's a start point. It's a piece of paper when you receive it. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way. It means you showed up. It demonstrates what you've done, not what you're capable of doing. In the Army and in the military, we're promoted based on potential. That's what we call it. You're not promoted based on what you've done. You're promoted based on what you have the potential to do. So what's your potential? How do you define success? It is a job that you're going to land or the job that you're currently in. Most studies show that the average American goes through 10 jobs in their lifetime. I'm not comparing, but I've had 1 job my entire adult life for 32 years, and it's wearing the cloth of our nation. My only choice is deciding what job number 2 be. Is it the car you want to drive? Is it the house you want to live in? Is that how you're going to define success? So with all this in mind, how do you define success before you walk out of that door? Success knows who she is. She doesn't have to discover herself. But success also knows that everybody is chasing her. If you're not careful, success will turn dreams into nightmares. We see it all the time. As my mom would say, be careful who you chase. As my dad would say, don't be the dog that chased the car. When you catch it, then what? So it took me a while to figure it out. But now I live by, of all people, Albert Einstein's definition of success. And he says, strive not to be a success. Strive to be of value. So the only thing you have to decide before you walk out of that door is how will you be of value wherever you go and in whatever you do. Thing number 2, busy. The word busy will keep you submerged in the sea of average. I love asking people the question, how are you doing today? And they'll say, man, I'm busy. I didn't ask what you were doing. I asked how you were doing. Some people genuinely want to know how you're doing. But everybody's busy these days. Listen to the word. Listen to the use of it. And being busy is the new badge of honor. There's nothing I hate in this world, but there's things I dislike, and I dislike the word busy. When you look up the word busy in Webster, all it says is having a lot to do. It says nothing about getting a lot done. Look up the definition. My grandmother would say, bees are busy, ants are busy. Activity does not equal productivity. A lack of priorities equals a lack of time. And busy people, I'm here to tell you, they always run out of time. Time is your most precious resource. It is also unforgiving. Priorities, on the other hand, are your friend. So before you leave, are you going to be in the millions of busy people, or will you be in the few that know how to prioritize? The choice is yours. You can live your life having a lot to do, or you can live your life getting a lot done. And thing number 3, the better you think you are, the better someone else is becoming. My little secret is that I've been chasing a ghost all my life. And it started in Pee Wee League football, 3rd grade. I quit, and my father banned me from playing any sport, joining any team for 4 years. I couldn't even join the glee club if I wanted to, nothing. But when I was released from purgatory, I played any sport, joined any team that I could find a list for. But I also learned that no matter how good I wanted to be, somebody else was always out there trying to be better. But you have to convince yourself right now, not tomorrow, not after dinner tonight, or after a party later, or whatever it is you're going to do, that you will not be outworked. There's a great saying, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. There are some students in many other states and countries right now, just like you, about to get their degree. And when they walk out of the door they're going to walk out of, it's game on at that time. There's somebody doing what you want to do right now. And they have no worries that you will never take their place. And as far as they're concerned, you can't replace what you can't catch. You have to set your mind right now that you won't be outworked. I use my own example. I'm out of bed every day at 4:15. I read a book a month every month. I prepare for 6 to 9 engagements or events a day, every day. But I also know I have peers that are out there that wake up at 4 in the morning. They can read 2 books a month, every month, and they prepare for 10 or 11 events every single day and prepare for the last just like they prepared for the first. But that's not about competing. A lot of times we compete when nobody's counting. It's about the pursuit of excellence and the pursuit of perfection. So are you willing to chase that ghost? You have to decide that before you walk out of this door. And at this point, you may be convinced, or you may be mildly interested in what I had to say. So as I stated, I don't have to tell you anything. You don't have to remember a single word. But you do have to convince yourself right now, this evening, will you struggle to define success? Or will your value proposition determine your success for you? Do you want your days to dictate you by keeping you active? Or do you want to dictate your days by being productive? Will you walk out of those doors willing to chase that ghost called perfection? You will never catch it. But it's always about the pursuit of perfection and excellence. Or will you simply settle for good enough? Whatever you decide to do before you leave this stage, don't settle with having earned something that says you showed up. Go make a difference. I want to thank you all for this opportunity. Congratulate every single one of you. It is absolutely a privilege and an honor to wear the cloth of our nation and to serve in the North Country. This is a place we love and a place that we call home. And home, by the way, is not a place, it's a feeling. And this community makes all soldiers in this community make us feel at home. And that is greatly appreciated. I almost get emotional talking about that. You guys are awesome. So I wish you all well. I do not wish luck. I never wish anybody luck. Luck is a chance encounter between preparation and opportunity. Your great faculty has prepared you. There are many opportunities right outside that door. And guess what? Opportunity is not going to send you a text. Opportunity don't send you an email. Opportunity is going to be looking for you to give you one big fat hug. And you better be ready. But you're prepared. So thank you all, and go make a difference.
Thank you, General Beagle, for your inspiring words and for making this commencement truly special. We are honored that you were able to be here with us this evening to mark this very special occasion.